Hello, this is SJ Talks with Mike coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Extreme forms of misogyny is what I want to talk about, particularly in the black community. Um, I have compiled a list here of things that I think that are extremely misogynistic. Now, misogynist, misogynistic means that you have an extreme prejudice, hatred, dislike, prejudice against women. Your bias, all that against women. And so I've compiled a list of things that I think is extreme misogyny, particularly in the black community. Number one, men say it's all our fault when relationships don't work. When relationships don't work, whether it's divorce or whatever. And they always like to say, "Oh, women. Statistically, a woman is the main one that's filing for divorce and all this kind of stuff." They love to throw that up in our face, but they don't stop and think that okay, well, it's a small percentage of those cases where the woman just don't want to be married no more. But how many of those cases where the man was abusive? He was abusive. He cheated. In most cases, a woman don't leave a good man in most cases, particularly when there's children involved. Small percentage of cases where a woman maybe don't want to be married no more, but in most cases, there is a reason why a woman files for the divorce. Um, but they always say it's our fault when a relationship doesn't work. Well, you must have did something to run him off. It's always our fault when the relationship doesn't work, or we should have chose better. That one's coming up. Number two, men bash single mothers, no matter how they got that way. It doesn't matter how a woman, particularly a black woman, becomes a single mother. She could be a failed marriage. Your spouse could have died. Her father could have passed away. He could be incarcerated. Whatever. It doesn't matter how she became a single mother. We're still going to be bashed for it in the black community. Very bad in the black community. Um, it's never they never look at the men that are creating single mothers. They never look at the men that are helping to create single mothers. It's like we're consistently being bashed for being single mothers. That's extremely misogynistic to me. Number three is men constantly talking about women's body counts. They're always talking about our body counts all the time, particularly here on YouTube. I did a whole video talking about that. Why y'all worried about a woman's body count? What about your body count? The only way that you should be concerned about a woman's body count is if she has a history of sex work. If she has a history of being a sex worker, then maybe yeah, you should be concerned about her body count. But you're an average woman out here, you really shouldn't be worrying about her body count because first of all, it's none of your business. It's none of your business what a woman's body count is. It's extremely misogynistic because what about your body count? Okay, and it screams insecurity. If a man asks you what your body count is, run. It screams, I'm insecure. I'm insecure. I'm worried about. Are you going to compare me with the men that you were with before? And it's going to cause problems in a relationship. So if a man asks you about your body count, run from him. He's extremely insecure. It's none of your business what a woman's body count is. None of your business. Number four, men telling women to choose better. How many times do we hear that, ladies? It's particularly here on YouTube. Choose better. Y'all need to choose better. Well, what about men? They never had the conversation about men being better. Men need to be better, okay? Have that conversation. Men need to be better, okay? A woman can choose, she can think she can be choosing. Sometimes it's red flags. Sometimes women ignore the red flags. Sometimes it's not. Some of these men are very great actors. They're very great actors. They need an Academy Award. Some of them put on their best acting and best behaviors in the beginning of the relationship. And then what happens is they wait until you get extremely emotionally invested. Once you get emotionally invested, then they decide to flip the script on you. And that's when they decide to change. When you decide to get when you get emotionally invested, the relationship has went to another level. Maybe y'all done got married. Maybe there's some children in the picture. Then, okay, the man decides to flip the script at that point because he knows that once you're emotionally invested, he thinks that you're gonna just let him get away with whatever, whether it's abuse, cheating, or whatever. He figured, oh, she in love with me, she ain't gonna. But then they shocked when you flip the script on them and say, "You're out of here, buddy." Okay? Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. So I just that's extremely misogynistic. Men need to learn to be better. Okay, have that conversation. What about men being better? Number 5, men expecting women to stay in toxic and abusive relationships. Well, you should have stayed with your baby daddy. Even if he was abusive, you should have married. Why didn't you marry your baby daddy? If he was abusive, if he was a cheater, hmm, hmm. And there's all different types of forms of abuse. There's emotional abuse, physical abuse. There's different types of abuse. But men expect for women to stay in these situations because why, you have a baby by the man? They literally expect you to stay in a situation like that. Why didn't you stay with your baby daddy? Why didn't you because he was abusive. Well, not my case, but or maybe he cheated. They expect you to stay in a situation like that because you have a child. Seriously? Men calling women 304s. I hate that one. Back to that goes back to the body count. I guess if a woman has a body count over 3, 2 or 3, she's a 304. I don't know. I don't know. It's not that many. It's all in their little twisted minds. They think that if a woman has a body count over a certain number, if you have your woman and you have a body count over a certain number, you're a 304, or you used to be a 304, or you're a single mother. You used to be a 304. You never married. You used to be a 304. I hate that. But what about these men that like to sling it, sling it around, knocking all these women off all over the place, and like to sling their ding dongs from one side of town to the next? What about them? Are they 304s? Excuse my French. Number 7, men blaming women for community, in the black community in particular. I'm talking about men that like to blame the women. Black men liking to blame the black women in the community for everything that happens in the black community. Game banging. Oh, that's the single mothers. That's the women's fault. That's the single mother's fault. Robbing. That's the single mother's fault. Yeah. Everything that happens in our communities all across the country is single mother's fault. Where was the fathers? I'm always going to circle back around to that. I'm always going to take you back to that. Where were the fathers? Where were the fathers to guide these young men? Where were they? Where were they? I'm always going to take you back to that. Where were they? Yeah. Everything is the black woman's fault. It's either the white man or the black woman's. If they're not blaming the white man, they're blaming the black woman. We're expected to carry the whole community on our shoulders. Number 8, red pill talking points. Any red pill talking points is misogynistic. All of them. All the red pill talking points are misogynistic. They're all based on misogyny. They hate women. They hate women. They hate women. They didn't have a good relationship with their mama, and they want to take it out on every woman on the planet Earth, particularly black women. Number 9, men men bash single women. They bash single women and tell them to die alone. We all know who made that statement famous. We know who made that statement famous. Tell women to die alone. A lot of these women are saying, "Don't threaten me with a good time." Telling women to get dogs and cats. They're saying women are starting to say, "Okay, I'll take my cat. I'll take my dog." They're even taking the bear. That's a whole nother video. Women are even taking the bear now. They said, "Okay, I'll take my cat. I'll die with my cat. I'll die with my dog." Okay. Yeah. It's getting that bad out here. Yeah. They love to tell women that. But women are like, "Don't threaten me with a good time." Number 10, saying women hit the wall after 30. I hate that one. Really hate that one. Women do not hit the wall at 30. Women don't hit the wall at 30. They say any woman over the age of 30 has hit the wall. Yeah. Yeah. I hate that one. I really hate that one. You're a predator. You're a predator. You like to prey on young, innocent women. If you like you're a man in your 40s or whatever, you're over the age of 30, and you don't find women your age attractive, you're a predator. You like to prey on young, innocent women. 11, bash women for having careers in college education. How many men do that, ladies? How many men do that? How many men bash us for having a career? If a woman has a career and she didn't, if a woman went to college and she obtained a career, Ebony, I'm drawing a blank on her last name. She's a prime example. Well, you should have, nobody cared about your college education. You should have got a man. Hmm. Yeah. They don't care about the woman's college education, but then they'll turn around and say they want 50-50. Make it make sense. She's got to have, she's going to have a college education to pay for half of the bills. Can't pay half of the bills on minimum wage. But yeah, they like to bash us for, particularly black women, they like to bash us for having careers. Like if I go start a business and become an entrepreneur, I'll probably get 9 times out of 10, I'll get bashed for it. Y'all say y'all independent. Y'all say y'all independent because like 9 times out of 10, it's a survival thing. Unfortunately, most of us cannot count on. There are wonderful, amazing black men in the community that step it up, but unfortunately, it's not enough. Unfortunately, we don't have enough black men that are stepping up in the black community, and a black woman has to get an education, get some type of career to support herself or any children she may have. A lot of times, black women are doing that out of necessity because we have to, because we don't have providers. Other races of women have more providers. They have more, like white women. They have more providers in their community. We don't have a lot of providers in our community. A lot of our men don't have the provider mindset. So, like I said, there are amazing black men out there that are, handling it. They doing the thing. But unfortunately, we don't have enough. We don't have enough of our men in the community that are willing to step up and provide and be providers. And because of that, and we have a lot of single parent homes. We got to do what we got to do. That was my number one when I was a single mother raising my kids. That was my number one reason for going back to college, was so I could make more money. I could make myself more marketable. It didn't get me nowhere. I can make myself more marketable, so I can get a decent paying job, so I can better support my family. That was like the main reason why I went back. I mean, I love school, but I wasn't doing it for my health. I was doing it to, make myself more marketable, get a better paying job. So I thought, um, and so I could better support my kids. And that's the reason why a lot of black women are going to college, and that's why we have the black women statistically have the highest college rates. Because black women we got to do what we got to do. It's not always about going around. They think that we all walking around talking about how proud we are to be independent. No, black women have to be independent. In most cases, black women have to be independent. We have to do what we have to do. Black women have to. It's about survival out here, because guess what? Food is not free. Utilities is not free. Rent is not free. Everything costs money. So we gotta go out and grind and do what we have to do. And if you don't want to live in squalor, or if you don't want to live in a particular neighborhood, you want a certain level of living. You want to live at a certain level, then okay, that may require getting an education, maybe becoming a nurse, or going into a particular field so you can make more money, so you can have a better quality of life. Even if you don't have children, you can have a better quality of life, and that's what it's all about. That's the reason why a lot of times black women are getting careers. It's because you know um, we don't have a lot of providers in our community. I mean, I'm just not bashing, but just being realistic. And so a lot of times black women are just doing what they gotta do. 9 times out of 10, black women are just doing what they gotta do. But we get black women get bashed for um, going to college and having an education and getting careers. And black men, when Goldman and Sachs said that they were gonna support black female owned businesses, oh boy, they talk trash about that. They talk trash about that and stuff like that. And so, um, yeah, that's extremely misogynistic. Well, I heard somebody say that. Well, white women go to college to need a husband. Black women go to college to get a career. Well, that's because black women have to go to college to get a career. The college graduation rate statistically is very low for black men. Okay, we don't have a lot of. That's because white women got a lot of providers in their community. Black men don't, or black women, there's not a lot of providers in our community, and black women got to do what we got to do. That's why black women are having careers, starting businesses and things like that. It's survival. It's survival. And statistically, black women don't make as much money as other races of women, so we got to really grind. Black women really got to grind. Okay, so it is what it is. But we get bashed for that. Huge, very, very, extremely misogynistic. Okay, let me know what you thought about my list. Hit me up in that comment section. No bashing black women and no bashing me. Hit that like, subscribe, and share, and that notification bell. Until the next video, you guys be blessed.